Hey, what's up, my friend? Welcome to your Monday Mastery session. And now we are back into our series here on redefining success in a quarantine. And we are in step 2 of this process. So last week, if you missed out on the episode, no worries. You can click the link above if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on a different platform, no worries. Hop onto YouTube, find Kamille Rose Soler, name is here on the screen, and you can look at that episode. And then last week, I talked about the first step in the process, which is keep it simple. Now, this episode, we step into part 2 of this, which is about the art of stillness. So the whole point of this series is to help you as an entrepreneur and as a leader really redefine success during this season of quarantine. Just because there's a slowdown, just because we've shifted our ways, doesn't mean you can't succeed during this season. However, anytime I coach a top CEO, an entrepreneur, a business owner, an agent, I am helping them to shift their mindset and their perspective on looking at success in a new way. So we'll get into that in today's episode, but before I do me that favor, hit that bell and that subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you very much. Your subscribes, your likes really help me to provide valuable free content on a weekly basis, and I truly appreciate your support. So thank you again for hitting that bell and that subscribe button. And so without further ado, let's get into your session for today on the art of stillness. Hey, what's up, fam? Kamille Rose here, founder of The Ultimate Life, peak performance coach to entrepreneurs and leaders, and I'm a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. And this is your Monday Mastery Minute, where every Monday I take a few minutes to show you how you can achieve mastery in your business and your personal life. So let's jump right into it. All right, the art of stillness. And now again, we are in part 2 of this series here on redefining success in quarantine. So if you've been with me for a minute, you kind of know I got a different setup now. I got a new mic, I got a bookshelf in the back. I'm trying to get this home studio all dialed in for y'all because I realize that this may be the situation for a couple of months. So I redefine my own success in that as long as I'm serving you, if I'm going to up the valuable content that I bring you, up the amount of valuable content I bring you, I'm going to get all of this dialed in this situation. I'm not going to let the slowdown stray me away from the service and the impact that I want to make. But just to get to that point, there's been a lot of different steps that I've taken. Now, the first step was exactly what I talked about last week, which is keep it simple. So I simplified things in my environment. I took things out in my home office or your office, took things out of my personal home, and took things out of my diet that I felt were just draining me of energy. So that was step 1 in the process for me on keep it simple. Now, this episode, we are talking about the second step, which is the art of stillness. See, during this slowdown, a lot of people are getting kind of uncomfortable with the stillness because they think, oh, I'm so bored. I don't want to be still. I want to keep running. Kamille, you don't understand. That's my energy. That's how I became successful as an entrepreneur, is I just hustle and I grind all day. And then I get the phone call. So I heard you're this peak performance coach and I'm doing really well, but I'm missing something. Fix me. So first of all, that's not what I do. I don't fix you, but I will partner with you to help you move through it. And I can't tell you how many phone calls I've gotten like that and just how many amazing leaders I've had the opportunity and the blessing to work with, where the number one thing I'm telling them is, okay, when was the last time you were very still? Oh yeah, I meditate every day. I got my apps and all that. I'm like, no, like really still. I don't know what you mean, Kamille. See, stillness is very different than sluggishness or just stopping. I didn't say stop. I didn't say be a slug. I meant be still. And when I say be still, it's very intentional, scheduled time where you just slow it down to seek clarity. See, with every entrepreneur that I work with, the main thing is that they must make seeking clarity a priority. You have to make seeking clarity a priority. And right now is the perfect season for you to maximize stillness, not just stopping, not just slowing it down. I mean, being still. Well, if you're thinking, well, Kamille, I still don't get what you're trying to say. What do you mean by being still? To be still is really for you to schedule intentional time where you get quiet so you can hear again, so you can see again. So you can actually think about what does success mean for me now in this season. But notice I said scheduled stillness, because in the life of the entrepreneur, it is never about having time. It is only about making time. If you are the owner of the business, then you must also own your time. So all you're ever doing with time is you shouldn't be managing it. You should be deciding, what am I making time for and what am I not making time for? And one of the challenges for you this week is to make time for stillness so that you can hear your thoughts again. So you can actually hear the messages that are meant for you to redefine, what does success look like for me for the rest of 2020 or whatever year you're watching this video. So your challenge for this week, it's very simple. I want you to schedule 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening when you're completely still. You're not watching Netflix. You're not actually listening to a podcast or an audiobook. You're just quiet. And whether that's listening to, meditative music in the background or you're journaling, but literally just downtime for you to look out, to think, to notice your thoughts. Now, if you tell me, well, Kamille, I just understand the purpose of that. Well, one of the reasons that people also don't like stillness is because stillness reveals what's beneath the surface. Stillness reveals what's beneath the surface. And let me give you a visual for that. Imagine if we're looking at river water. And this water is just moving, it's rushing, it's going back and forth. So you can see those white rapids, right? But because it's moving so much, you really can't see what's beneath the surface because the water's moving so quickly. That was us pre-COVID for most of us, right? Going to work, going to the gym, doing my thing, going to all these networking events, boom, 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 boom. We didn't have time to be still. We kind of like that because we didn't have to look what was beneath the surface. And then now, when the water just stops, imagine if something just stopped all the water. And the water had to stop moving, and it's clear. All of a sudden, oh, there's a whole life beneath that. And for some of us, we look beneath the surface and we go, oh, it's beautiful. Look at all of those colors, the reef, the this, that, the fish. And the rest of us might look at that and go, oh, it's scary down there. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to stand still. I don't want to pay attention. And so if the stillness scares you, that's even more of a reason to examine it, because that's actually the one thing that's been holding you back for a really long time. And if being afraid of the stillness is something that, Kamille, I just don't want to go there, that's why I don't like being still, that's where I would encourage you to enlist and invest in the help of a professional, whether that be a therapist, a counselor, a certified professional coach, but have somebody who professionally walks through the stillness with you so that you can see what's beneath the surface safely, right? But to get started, just to keep you going, your challenge for this week is to schedule 15 minutes of stillness in the morning, 15 minutes of stillness in the evening for the next 30 days. Maximize the stillness that you're being given right now, because this is the clarity that you will need to redefine success in this season.